So verse 38, who is but a skilled merchant among beings of the world? The patron who gives charity hoping to get a return. Okay, who is but a skilled merchant among beings of the world? The patron or donor who gives charity or dana, generosity, hoping to get a return. Okay, so when someone, well, in the world, you know, everybody encourages generosity and everybody thinks sharing and giving and being charitable is a good quality. It's very easy for the eight worldly concerns to come into our giving of charity, you know, and to contaminate our generosity, because the thought comes, oh, if I give this, then, yeah, other people will think that I'm very generous and it'll help my reputation. Other people will know my business is going well. I'll get special perks. You know, I'll get my name mentioned here and there, and the people, you know, in charge of the Dharma Center, or the people in charge of the hospital will, you know, do nice things for me. When they have a teaching or a big banquet, I will get to sit in the front with the important people. Yeah, you know that mind? Yeah? Or even, you know, in another way, maybe we're just giving something to a friend, yeah? So, but our mind is thinking, oh, now they'll like me. Yeah? So how much is our, you know, being kind to people, our being generous, done with a pure motivation? And how much of it is done with an ulterior motivation, you know, wanting some ego perks? Yeah, it's actually kind of hard to give completely without that expectation of receiving anything in return. You know, but this is exactly what we're aiming for. Because whenever we give with the motivation to receive, we're actually like the merchant that's being referred to in the verse. We're doing business. Okay? Yeah? So I give you this, and then in return, you like me. Yeah? Or you give me perks, or, you know, I get a good rebirth, or I get wealth in a future life, or I get something out of this. Okay? So this is one reason why at the Abbey we don't charge for any of the events that we have here. Yeah? On some of the longer events, we ask people to give dana. You know, that supports the entire group being able to come. Yeah, and so that's very different than people paying for themselves. And if, you know, and if people don't have, you know, we encourage people to ask their friends and family and whoever, you know, to contribute to the dana. And very often, if people can't give that, then they just bring whatever they have. But by and large, people come here and, you know, for shorter activities, and there's no payment asked of them. Also for the books and so forth that are downstairs, that's all freely given. And that's because we want to live our life as one of generosity, and we want to encourage other people to be generous too. Yeah, because then everybody creates merit. But if you charge for events, you charge for books and things, then it's doing business, isn't it? You know? And at the time of the Buddha, you know, the Buddha never charged anybody to go to any teachings. Everything was freely offered. You know, and Dharma should not be just for rich people. Yeah? healthcare shouldn't just be for rich people. Food shouldn't just be for rich people. You know, I think these are things that everybody deserves. Yeah, and you know, if there's some way just of giving and then hoping people will give in return, then everybody creates the merit that ripens in everybody having what they need. But when you charge and everybody's doing business, then there's no merit, and you know, and then you get the kind of thing of, well, let's see how much we can charge so the people will still come. Yeah, and it's not so nice. Yeah. And it really feels much better when you can live your life as a life of generosity. So for, you know, in line with this, when you know, I receive many invitations to go different places to teach, in considering where to go and where not to go, how much dana people give is not one of the criterion I consider. I consider the earnestness of the people who are inviting and their receptivity to the Dharma. Yeah, and so this can be very difficult for you know, sometimes for lay teachers when they are relying on the dana that they receive to feed their family and, you know, educate their children and everything. Whereas being a monastic is much easier, you know. We don't have kids, and, you know, we don't have a lot of stuff that lay teachers, you know, kind of need to support a regular lifestyle. Yeah, so, but still, as monastics, we have to be very careful with our motivation. Yeah, and so this verse is for everybody to really pay attention to, and try as much as we possibly can to just give and take delight in giving. And that delight we take in giving is actually the return. Yeah, that alone is good enough. Yeah, so whether people praise us or not, thank us or not, appreciate us or not, that we place aside. That is not, you know, what we're looking for, but just the satisfaction that arises within ourselves of being able to give. Whether what we're giving is something big or something small, just the delight that comes in giving becomes its own reward. Okay? And so that's what we're aiming at, what we're aiming for.